I know you probably read the title of this video and you're probably thinking that this is a guy that's trying to get some attention for his channel by bringing some shock value to the title of this video, but that's really not the case. I'm being honest and I'm being real based on how I feel when it comes to gaming. Now, I've been gaming since 1987. I've been gaming for a very long time, and it made me want to accumulate a lot of games. But even though I have all this stuff, I may feel like gaming has peaked. But even as somebody who's just getting into this, it has peaked for everyone. There's not much more that gaming or these gaming companies can do to wow us at this point. It's kind of like the movies now. Like movies, there's nothing in a movie that can make us want to run to the theater to go watch a movie or anything on TV for that matter. Or you can even say in music or any other form of entertainment. That's just how it is nowadays. And it's a great thing because we have so much stuff in this ecosystem that we call gaming to have fun and enjoy ourselves from numerous platforms. And I'm not talking about just Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox and PC. I'm not just talking about that. You got mobile games, you got all these other platforms as well that's outside cloud gaming. You have those things as well that you can actually play games and enjoy yourself. Now, the reason why I made this video is because now I am sitting here looking at games that are on my shelves or in my closet that's over here, and I'm thinking like, what else do I need to satisfy my hobby? And is there anything that I have to go out and get to enhance this hobby or make this hobby better or actually enjoy myself? Because don't get me wrong, I'm having a blast playing games nowadays. I'm having a full, you know, level of enjoyment that I haven't had in decades. And like I said, decades, because I've been playing games since the 80s. And when I look at what I have or what's out there, there's not much that any of us could really be disappointed in. Now, if you're not into gaming like you used to be, you got a job, you got a career, you got a family, you just don't have time, that's totally different. But even if with that, everybody has some type of, outlet that they can do some form of gaming on if they really wanted to. And not only that, the games out here, some of these new games might not be the best, but right now gaming is like really, really fun and it's really, really diverse. It is so much you can do in this span. And I look at what the games that are out here and I'm like, what am I doing for myself to continue to have this enjoyment? Well, I will say this for anybody who just like probably got in gaming maybe 5 years ago or whatever the case may be. There's so much here. There's so much here. You can go play any game from a sports title to fighting games to RPGs, was action adventure, puzzle games. There's so many out there. Now, will I sit here and just start rambling off games? No, I'm not going to do that because this is not the type of video that I'm going to like recommend a certain game for you or a certain game that's out there. But you could just go into the ecosystem of Sony. You can go to the ecosystem of Xbox, Nintendo. Even you can go build a PC and just look out there and look what they have in stored, either at the stores of their platforms, or even go to a mom and pop shop, or even go to GameStop, any of these brick and mortar stores. There's so much out here, and there's not much that these companies really need to do to get us excited anymore. Everybody's sitting here looking toward GTA 6 to be excited. I just don't. I'll say it from my standpoint. I just don't see the necessary hype that GTA 6 would bring. I think it's going to be a fantastic game, but I've been there with GTA 3, especially with Vice City. When Vice City was coming out, that was like one of the biggest hype trains ever. San Andreas made it even better, and GTA 5 was just another one. And it's just like but when it comes to these Grand Theft Auto games, I think they're gonna be fantastic. But I really feel like the hype is not the hype is not as exciting or as big as for me. It's just not. I've been there and done that. But I feel like this is why I feel like gaming is peaked. Like I'm sitting here. Look, I'll say this. It is football season right now, right? I am literally sitting here looking at my football games that I have on these consoles just to continue to play them and have fun because I'm enjoying the football season so much. And I started doing it with the basketball games as well because I just did a video about a basketball game I'm gonna start streaming on this channel, and it's like for me that's a great level of enjoyment for me. I go and play an action adventure game. I put on the stream, I stream and I play that. That's pretty awesome. And I go and I'll play any other game that's not on stream. Like right now in my rotation, I probably have like 7 games that are in my rotation that I play at least on a daily basis, probably like 1 game a day. And I'm doing that and I'm knocking these games out and I'm like, this is absolutely fantastic. But when I go do a pickup video, and I love picking up games and I love doing that, and I think the pickups are absolutely phenomenal. And I love going out picking up games. But when I go out and I look at games now, it's like I'm looking for games that I used to have, or I'm finding games that I think that's going to be interesting. Like to a degree, I'm wasting money on picking up games that I think that are going to be okay. At the same time, I have a bunch of games behind me that I really don't need to run out and go buy any more games. I really don't. But hey, it's here. And I love doing it. I have the income to do so. So hey, here I am. And I guess that's the fun part about it. Even though I don't have to do it, I don't need to do it, but I love doing it. And that's another reason why I feel like the fact that gaming is peaked, I don't have to run and chase any new games that are out there. And speaking of new games, I want to tell you guys something like for a collector, Xbox, what they're doing is a phenomenal thing for me. And I think a lot of people who are on the Xbox train would say this as well. And it doesn't mean that you got to have an Xbox Series console or whatever the case may be. I mean, you could just have a PC and just have a phenomenal time with this, console or whatever the case may, or with this ecosystem. And I really feel that what they've done with Xbox Game Pass, Ultimate Game Pass, the ecosystem they set up, it is actually a great thing for collectors like me because I don't have to continue to pile on with the I ain't gonna say junk, but with the games I have behind me to continue to buy games indiscriminately. Now, now what do I mean by indiscriminately? Like back in the day, like with all these games back here, we didn't have like a Game Pass. We barely. I mean, you got to think about it. Even PlayStation Plus came out at a time where you still thought about buying games physical. So back then, you went out and bought a bunch of games, and you thought they were cool because you read them in, you read it on the internet from IGN, you saw it on Game Informer or whatever the case may be. You saw all of this, and it was like it was the thing. Now with Game Pass, you have an either or choice, and you just pay a monthly fee compared to buying 4 or 5 games that you did back in the day. Now, I still kind of do that now, but it's mostly retro and cheaper stuff. But this is how I created my collection. So when I look at it now, when it comes to new games, even with those games, I don't necessarily feel like there's anything wow, anything phenomenal. I'm just playing these games that's like, okay, this is cool. I like this. This is great. I'm okay with this. I'm good with that. And I just leave it at that, there's nothing out there saying like, what is the next thing that's going to, be the big thing. And to be honest, one of the things that I thought was going to be a really huge deal, I thought when EA was going to get back into the basketball space, I thought that was going to be a really good deal because that brings a lot of interest. You don't know what you're going to get out of that game. Like we didn't know what was going to get out of the college football game, and even with the college football game, we ended up getting a phenomenal game compared to what was NCAA 14. So with the basketball game, could they create that magic again? Yeah, I think they could have, but now we're not getting the game. So that was kind of deflating. So that's another reason why, like, I feel gaming is peaked because, like, even with that little level of excitement for a sports title, it kind of was deflating that it's not there now. And it's like, okay, what do we do next? Personally, I just say, hey, if you got a backlog, play it. Find some games that you may find interesting and play them. But to find a game that's going to be wow and blow you away. I mean, even with Metroid, Prime 4, when I saw that, I was like, all right, cool. And that was the end of it. It was just all right, cool. And it's just There's nothing out there really, in my opinion. Maybe it's something that y'all let me know, but there's nothing out there to say, hey, this is it. And I think this is one of the reasons why people are clinging on to GTA 6. They think GTA 6 is going to be that game, and it may very well be. I'm not saying that it won't. It may very well be, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't feel like it. At the end of the day, it just don't. And I feel like it's been pushed so hard. That's all you hear about. What new game is going to be. It's like that's all we hear now. Before I get out of here, I don't want to forget about Silk Song. I think Silk Song is a phenomenal game. I think that's one of the new games that are great, and I think anyone and everyone should try it. But when it comes to other games that are new, I'm sitting there like just scratching my head. I really thought Doom: The Dark Ages was going to be a great game, and it turned out to be okay. It started off phenomenal, and then after a while, I was just scratching my head like, all right, this is cool, you know. But that's what all the games feel like now. They just feel like, you shrug your shoulders and say this is cool. I just remember back in the PS3 and PS4 days, you were constantly bombarded with great experiences. And I think since we had that, I guess it's just very hard to replicate, and that's what it is. So I don't know, y'all. I mean, I think gaming is in a great space, but at the same time, I feel like gaming is just it's just there, and I think it's starting to fall by the wayside when it comes to like the comparison to television and movies and music. There's nothing out there to say, oh my god, this is phenomenal. I need to get these next 4 or 5 games. And I know there's some games that are coming out later on this year, but they're just nobody's really talking about them. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm just sitting there thinking that it's a great thing that gaming is peak. So now we can just actually go out and just play some great games that are out here now, and we can explore and find some new things. And that's basically what I've been doing. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna get out of here. I could ramble all day. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.